Week 10 finally came. It's another week in the NFL, aka Not For Long League. And as you can see, guys, I am on my polo-ish today. Giant Jack is put in the closet. I mean, I'm not feeling the vibe anymore. We're 2-7. It's not looking too good. It really isn't. And this week, too, we're going to do something new as we're going to look at the NFL playoff picture already because it's week 10 already. So we got to look at some teams that are pretenders maybe or some teams that are really for real. And we're going to get to the bottom of that today. But first, my name is Steph Sauce. Some call me Steph. Others call me Sauce C, or aka the Sauce God, as I've been told before. So you see, man, I'm looking fly today. It's a Sunday. It's cool outside, so I want to wear something nice and cozy and talk sports, man. And also, too, by the way, in case you didn't know, if this is your first time tuning into the boy, just make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, man. We always doing some new things. Like I said, NFL game picks is pretty, amazing for me. I like to talk about it each and every week. And also, Steph's Bitcoin report. I just dropped a video on that. I don't know why it's not getting enough recognition, but I talked about Bitcoin, why it's been slumping due to the government shutdown, the outlook of the price, and so forth and so on. So if you want to check that out, that's also on my YouTube page. And not only that, I got the bad boy M3, BMW M3, in case you didn't know. That's on my Steph's M Life playlist. I just added a nice rare diffuser piece to it. You want to see the process of how I got it done? Pretty amazing, I would argue. So look, we know what time it is, man. It's NFL Sunday. Some people go to church. Some people watch football on Sundays. Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just giving you what it is. So look, we had a very interesting week in the NFL, but let's get right to it. Let's get to the headlines. And breaking news this whole week, a shocker to the league as defensive tackle Quinen Williams, cornerback Sauce Gardner, both players from the Jets got traded away. Let's get to that real quick because that was pretty crazy. NFL trades, because that was pretty amazing. Okay, let's look as we can see. All right, the Jets traded Gardner and Williams, but not starting running back Breece Hall. And look, man, the Jets obviously weren't going nowhere. They were a 1-17 coming into this week against Cleveland. And they pretty much cleaned, not house, but cleaned their slate of players they feel like they were supposed to be for the future, but no longer are, as the Jets did pretty good. Let's actually get to what they traded them for, because they're not showing me what they traded them for. Let's go to NFL trade grades, evaluating every deal made. That might help us a little bit better. Which was a shocker, man. Okay, see, look, Colts traded. Let's see, right here, Sauce Gardner. They gave it a B+ according to NFL.com. New York gets wide receiver Adonai Mitchell, serviceable receiver, not bad. A 2026 first-round draft pick and a 2027 first-round draft pick. So the Jets clearly see something different in their eye, especially the new GM sees that. Look, we have an opportunity to rebuild this team. This is no longer the mighty Jet defense that we seen from a couple of years ago, which they were top 5 in the NFL. Now they're about, they're at the bottom now. So it's a new look Jet team. And, you're getting first-round picks that could turn into something, right? So the Jets, obviously they paid Sauce this offseason. A lot of people felt like, Sauce wasn't really worth it. Now we're really going to see in Indiana because he's going to be right there on the opposite side of Kenny Moore. As you can see, what did they say right here? Yeah, and Travarius Ward is on IR for the Indianapolis Colts. So, look, the Colts are going all in. They want to probably potentially get to a Super Bowl. I don't think they'll do it with Daniel Jones. He was my former quarterback, so I'm not going to sit here and act like all of a sudden they found the right guy to get all the way to the promised land. Nope, I don't think so. So that's one reason that I feel like the Jets made a good move. But here goes the other one. Quinnen Williams, the big man in the middle, with the Jets for 6 years. He's never seen the playoffs. Never. And I think now he will have that chance potentially to make it on Dallas. So let's see the trade. Dallas gets Quinnen Williams, and New York receives DT Mozzie Smith, a 2026 second-round draft pick, and another 2027 first-round draft pick. So if you're the Jets right now, you got a lot of stocks in your portfolio, because this right here is something that you can use. And then it depends on who you draft, because the Jets have not had a quarterback since when? My point exactly. And look at the other players that I've seen, were former Jet quarterbacks and now all of a sudden are doing well in the NFL. Let's see. Let's give an example. Remember Sam Darnold? Where is he at now? Seattle Seahawks, tied for first in NFC West. Remember, who else did they have? Aaron Rodgers, they talked about him. Now he is first in the AFC North right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's something about the stench of the Jet organization that can't seem to get things right. I don't know what it is, but let's hope this is the right move for this team, because you keep telling yourself, why can't the Jets find a good QB? Every year, these QBs that get to the organization, they come from other places, and they try to do something different in New York, but it doesn't work out, man. These New York teams, they really sometimes disappoint you. Here goes another big trade right here. Seahawks trade Rashid Shaheed, the deep ball threat from New Orleans. Now Seattle's getting another deep ball threat in Shaheed. And not only that, Seahawks have Jackson Smith-Njigba, who is on pace to break the all-time single season reception yards record. Currently right now his team is sitting at, I believe, 7-2. They're looking really good right now, battling for that first spot in the NFC West. So here goes Seattle. They get Rashid Shaheed, and New Orleans gets a 2026 fourth round draft pick and a 2026 fifth round draft pick. This guy can really make some plays, and I mean, playing alongside Jackson Smith, that could be a 1-2 combination. We'll see for many years to come if Seattle keeps this offensive team going and they keep Sam Darnold. I mean, look what he did with Minnesota, and they just got rid of him because obviously they felt like J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback for the future, which rightfully so. They have every right to feel like that. So that's another great move. Here goes another one. Jaguars trade Jacoby Myers. He is from the Raiders. Didn't really see too much about this guy. I mean, he's had histories of being in the league. He's had some great games. But I think for Las Vegas at this point right now, they need as much, picks as they can get. They're currently at the bottom of their division at 2-7. So I don't know if they got the right situation right now. Getting Geno Smith, I don't know if that was the right call. But we'll see now, because this QB draft class coming up should be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens with that as well. Okay, Bears trade Joe Tyron Shoyinka. Okay, the Bears clearly was just trying to just get rid of, some assets. They really, needed help on the defensive side of the ball. They actually played the Giants today. So let's see how this works out. Obviously, the Bears, they said they needed a pass rusher after season-ending Achilles injuries to Deo Adi Youngbu. So, Chicago is on the front line. And here goes Dallas again making another move. Jerry Jones is making names. Logan Wilson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, he was unhappy there. He wanted to trade, so he got one. Dallas receives Logan Wilson, and Cincinnati receives a 2026 7th-round draft pick. Wow. They practically didn't give up anything for this guy. So let's see what Dallas does, because their defense is absolutely terrible. We all know this. Obviously, they've had injuries, and one of the players, sadly, committed suicide earlier this week. So it's a heavy heart, going out to the families that are affected by that loss. And mental health is a really big thing, guys. So get your mental health straight. So that's pretty much the major trades that we've seen throughout the week. And let's get to what we all came here for today, which is the game picks. As we start off the 1:00 games, currently right now we see, Atlanta just scored. Wow. All right, so the Falcons are up on the Indianapolis Colts. Can they finally get this win, guys? Last week they lost by a point. Let's see what happens today. But let's get to the big 1:00 game. A lot of division games too. As I'm looking to my right, yep, Atlanta just rushed it in for a touchdown. Let's go to Bills and Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills came out with the win last week at home against the Kansas City Chiefs, their arch nemesis. They got over the hump again in the regular season. But you know what happens when it comes to the postseason. The Bills, they fall short. So here we are. They're in Miami. 68.3% matchup predictor. Now let's do something different today. You know what I want to do? Let's check at the FanDuel Sports betting book and see what the props are today for a single game parlay for this game. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to give you my takes on what I can see happen. And I'll also see if the Bills or the Dolphins will win. Let's see. Okay, $10 wager to win 148. So we have Josh Allen over 250. Yes, give me that. James Cook over 100. Oh, absolutely give me that. Khalil Shakir, give me that as well. And last but not least, over 30.5 Buffalo Bills total points. Don't give me that. So, man, we got 3 out of the 4. I don't think Buffalo puts up 30 today because something's going to happen, right? Miami might find some sort of spark where they can, keep up with Buffalo in this game. Let's get back to the scores. Let's see what's going on. Obviously, it's over under 48.5 score. So that's roughly about 24 points for each team. So, wow, I'm pretty surprised by this odd. But remember, last time the Bills played the Dolphins, it was a very close game. So, I will take the under today. It should be a close one, but Buffalo gets the win. Josh Allen has an easy day against his defense. While a lot of guys are out for the Bills, as you can see, Taron Johnson, Christian Benford, Joshua Palmer, Shaq Thompson. Wow, that defense. I mean, they still should be able to hold up against this Miami team, but we'll see what happens. So I'll get this score for the Bills to get 24 and Miami to get 20. 24-20. That's what I like. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. Ravens and Vikings. Ravens won what? 2 straight so far. And I didn't even click on this game. Obviously, Giants and Chicago. That's coming up next. Let me get back to what I was saying. Ravens and Vikings. Here we are, Baltimore on the road once again. Look, man, they got to win this game in order to keep up in the AFC North division. Obviously, Cincinnati is a shell of themselves. They're horrific on defense. The Browns, they probably be in the QB draft class again coming next year. So right now, Baltimore has to win this game. J.J. McCarthy, I actually went against Minnesota to lose last week against Detroit. They pulled out the win. So this week, we got Baltimore on the road. 5.5 favorite. I think Lamar, obviously him being back makes a big difference. J.J. McCarthy is back. And, Minnesota, they're continuing to struggle within that division. Yes, they had a big game last week, but look, they're 4-4 at the bottom of the division. Chicago's above them, Detroit and Green Bay. I can't see them overleaping any one of those teams. So let me go with Baltimore today. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I will go with Baltimore. I think this will be an over game. I like Baltimore putting up 27 today. Let's go Baltimore 27, Minnesota 20 for the road win as they sneak up closer against Pittsburgh for that lead in the AFC North. And I don't know if you noticed, but Baltimore's defense the past 2 weeks has been really great. They have been allowing teams under 17 points a game, and the pass yards, rush yard differential, when they were averaging over 200 plus passing, over 100 rushing, that went drastically down. We got unders on those numbers too as well. So Baltimore, they look like a better team with everyone healthy. Obviously, that made a big difference. So let's see what happens. Here goes the home game for the New York team, obviously MetLife Stadium, and it's going to be a rain game, so which is always good. Let's just see who's going to run the ball the best. Cleveland's rushing attack has been really good. They've been really good on the ground. This Junkins guy, he's a rookie. All right, he's got 118 carries, 5 touchdowns, 486 yards rushing. Breece Hall over there, Breece the Beast, as they call him, 580 through the ground. We won't see too much passing out of this game, thankfully, because Justin Fields is not a great passer. So let's see what happens. We'll see what happens today. I mean, this could be a very low-scoring game. What do we have? Over under 37.5. Cleveland favorite on the road. Jets just took away their future, obviously, from getting rid of Quinen Williams and Sauce Gardner on the defensive side of the ball. I like Cleveland on the road with this game. I think we sleep on them enough because their defense is just amazing. Myles Garrett currently right now is MVP favorite. Excuse me. How many sacks? He has 10 sacks on the year. He had 5 against New England last week. So who knows what's gonna happen today, man? He might go berserk on that defensive side of the ball. So I didn't even give a score. Let me go back to that. What was that? Yeah, let's go with 16-14 in favor of the Cleveland Browns today. I like that score, 16-14. Patriots, Buccaneers, two of the hottest teams in the NFL. Drake May, I can't believe this. I'm saying this. Drake May is an MVP runner-up right now. His team is 7-2. They're on a 6-game winning streak, looking for a 7th one. They're on the road against Tampa Bay. Here we go. Still a close game in Atlanta and Indianapolis. Tampa Bay, I mean, they found their way to win games even without guys in the lineup. No Bucky Irvin today. Obviously, Mike Evans is out, and I believe Chris Godwin, they said, was out too. But New England, man, I cannot hate on this team right now. I like the story. I like 7 straight. I know they got Tampa Bay favored by 2.5, but give me the New England story right now. Drake May will be on top of the AFC East this whole year, throughout the whole year. Let's go with a score of 28-27. I like that. Let's go with the Patriots. New England has finally come back to life. 28-27. Saints and Panthers. You know what? The Panthers could be a sleeper team to get into the playoffs. I can't believe I'm saying that. You heard me say it first on Steph Saucy Talks game pick. The Panthers might be a team to sneak into the playoffs. Mark my words. What they did last week against Green Bay was unfathomable. We're talking about a team in Green Bay that was on top of their division and lost by a field goal to the Panthers. They were a joke for the past couple of years. But somehow, some way, they seem to find to win games. They're 3-1 at home. The Saints are 0-4. Wouldn't that be a perfect story for the Carolina Panthers to keep winning at home? They're favored by 5.5. New Orleans has changed their QB from Spencer Rattler to Tyler Show something. So, I will go with Carolina today, although I do feel that the Saints, they could put up a fight. Obviously, it's a division game. You never know what could happen. But Carolina seems to be the favorite in this game. Rico Dowdle, I forgot about him too, along with Chuba Hubbard. I mean, that's a 1-2 punch at the running back position. Let's go with Carolina. Let's go with Carolina with a big win today. Let's go 28-17. 28-17, man. I mean, I can't see New Orleans putting up too many points today. 28-17. That's about it for me. And we're still in the 1 o'clock games. Okay, that's not a bad thing because there's some good ones out there. Let's go. Still 1 o'clock. Jaguars and Texans. Let's see. The Jaguars, last time they played them, they were home. They beat them. handedly. Houston couldn't get any passing attack against them. I think it continues today as Jacksonville goes on the road today. And now Jaguars, like they said, they have a new receiver, Jacoby Myers. Let's see now, because Travis Hunter, he's on IR. Yeah, and no Brian Thomas. Yeah, they're going to be targeting him crazy today, guys. CJ Stroud is not playing. Wow, that makes a big difference. Yeah, they got a 55.2% chance of winning. No CJ Stroud. You should probably definitely see it over 39.5. If Trevor Lawrence can just get his completions right and stop overthrowing guys and underthrowing guys, they could really be a good team in the AFC South. So today they should win handedly on the road. Well, Houston is a favorite by 1.5. Wow, I can't believe that. So let's see. Jacksonville 5-3. They need this win to stay behind Indianapolis. I do think they do. So let's go with Jacksonville winning by a field goal. Let's go 22-20. That's what I like. 22-20. I believe we're almost at the 4 o'clock games now. Let's see. Yep. Cardinals, Seahawks, another big division game. Cardinals won last week against Dallas. Nobody didn't see that coming, especially Dallas being home. But now Dallas has all those trades. Let's see what goes on. Jacoby Brissett is still in the starting position. But Sam Darnold, he's going to go crazy. He's got his new weapon, Rashid Shaheed. He's a deep threat. Like I said, he's a problem. So let's go with Seattle. We're not going to get into the injuries. We know they're fighting for number one. Look at this. 6-2. The Rams 6-2. San Francisco 6-3. Arizona's at the bottom of the division. Seattle, I like them a lot this year. I knew once they got Sam Darnold, it was going to be a good thing for them. What do we see here? Over to the right. The Colts look like they made a field goal, excuse me. All right, so it's still a close game and looking like, or maybe they might be on top. Oh, it's a tied game right now currently. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, so Seattle at home. It's not going to be a blowout because last time they played Arizona, it was a field goal that won. So let's continue to keep this ship going with Seattle winning this game. This time not by a field goal, though. I think they'll overcome that. I like the score of 25-17. Give me Seattle 25-17. All right, now we're in the 4 o'clock window now. As we see some other 4 o'clock games, this one right here is if you win this game, you probably take control of the division. The Rams and the 49ers. No Brock Purdy again. But Mac Jones seems to get the job done. I mean, look at what he's done since he's been a starter. He's continuing to show that he can win. 1,800 passing yards. Christian McCaffrey is their all-around, all-pro rushing and receiving guy that leads the team. Obviously, San Francisco is depleted on defense. I don't know how they're going to stop the Rams with Puka and Devontae Adams. But it's going to be tough. I am a Rams fan as far as them beating this 49ers team. I don't want to see 49ers win. I want to see the Rams win. Let's give me Matthew Stafford with the win. They lost the last time they played them on Thursday night. I don't think it's going to be the same type of game. Let's go with the Rams winning this game. They'll put up 28 today. I can see that. 28-26 in favor of the Los Angeles Rams. And don't worry, I'm going to get back to FanDuel same game parlays with some interesting games coming up. Let's see what else. 4 o'clock games do we have? Lions and Commanders. I mean, this shouldn't even be fair because Jaden Daniels out. Detroit looking to bounce back after last week's defeat against the Vikings. Let's see what we got. Let's go back to FanDuel Sportsbook. And let's take a look. What do we have? Let's go. More wages. So, we got David Montgomery. Anytime touchdown score today. I'll take that. Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime score today. No, I won't take that. I'll take Jahmyr Gibbs going over 100 yards and David Montgomery going over 60. So yeah, that's see, you know what's crazy, because those two guys in the backfield, man, they make a lot of noise. I mean, from rushing yards, from touchdowns, these two guys, man, I don't know how Detroit is gonna keep them for the long-term future. But this right here, I like this same game, this 4-leg parlay for this game. As you can see, no passing props. Let's see the passing props for that game. Marcus Mariota over 205.5. Jared Goff over 248.5. I'll take the under for Goff today. And I'll take the under for Mariota today. It's going to be a rushing attack type of game. So let's see that happen. So for a score for this game, I see Detroit, especially how Washington looked last week against Seattle. I think easily they could probably put up 30 today with 2 touchdowns from David Montgomery. And, yeah, other ways that Detroit knows how to win games. There will be a menace on defense with that line not being able to protect. So let's go with Detroit winning that game 30-22. 30-22. All right, we're almost to the finish line as we move our way down. Let's see. Okay, still tight game. Still a tight game. And the big game at nighttime, Aaron Rodgers goes to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. This should be an interesting parlay. I'm going to check that out in a second. LA's favored by 2.5. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we got here, guys. Currently, like I said, Pittsburgh's leading the division. And currently Los Angeles is right in the second seat behind Denver, who's been winning a lot of games too. Here's a storyline. I feel like with this one, you got to understand that Pittsburgh, now with Aaron Rodgers, now they finally got that QB they've been missing for the last few years. What that means is you'll see plays happen in this game that will really determine the outcome winner of this game. Because I do feel the Chargers had a good game a couple of weeks ago against, who was that? Minnesota. They put up a beat down on them. But this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They turn over the ball. They play good pass defense. You're not going to see that this week. Let's see the Pittsburgh Steelers going on the road to beat the Chargers with a close one. I think this is going to be a close one. I think it comes down to Aaron Rodgers with the ball in his hand. Let's go for a Sunday night thriller. Let's go with the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 24-21 over the Los Angeles Chargers, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to allow too many points. Overtime for the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, this is getting good now. Steph's game picks are starting to heat up now. All right, so I think we should have one more game coming up. Matter of fact, let me go back. I just want to see that the bet for the Chargers and Steelers. Let's see what they had. I don't know if it's worth looking at this, but we got to give it a try. Let's see what they got for the games. Come on, man. Pay all this money for Wi-Fi and it's slow. Like, what the heck is going on? Wow, FanDuel Sportsbook League and Online's page is unresponsive. Pfft. Come on, man. Give me a break. Everyone's trying to put in their bets. That's why. Okay. And, you know, they changed, too, within the game, too, as well. Okay. Here goes a guy's name that I do not know. Kamani Vidal. Is he on the Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh, this looks like... Oh, okay. Jalen Warren, anytime touchdown scorer today against that Chargers front line. Yes. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown scorer today. Yes. Lad McConkey, yes. And Kimani Vidal, anytime touchdown scorer today. No. I want to see the passing props. Justin Herbert over 252 against the Steelers defense. No, I take the under on that one. Aaron Rodgers over 217. I say he throws for 220. I like that. He'll throw for 220 today. So, yes, I'll take Aaron Rodgers for that. Let's go one more game at night. And let's go with tomorrow's night's game. Eagles and Packers. Wow. These two teams right here, obviously, respectively, number one in their divisions. And Philadelphia had a big win last week. So let's see what happens this week. I mean, against my Giants team, they handily beat them pretty bad. No, not last week. Excuse me, the week before. But last week, did we see Philly play last week? Hold on, week 9. I don't remember seeing Philly play last week. Who did they play last week? 1 second. Baltimore, New England, China. Philly looked like they were off. Okay, yeah, they were off. Okay, Philly was off. They had their bye week. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, Eagles and Packers this week. Philly is well rested. So now they take their game on the road. I don't know what happened to Green Bay last week, guys. They couldn't get the ball going on offense, especially running the ball. And now you're looking at an Eagles team that has a bye week. They well prepared. I don't see why they shouldn't win this game. I mean, Philadelphia has everything they need to beat this Green Bay defense. The offensive line stacks up well against the Green Bay Packers defensive line. So it's just going to be a matter of which quarterback plays better, because Jordan Love, he struggled last week. Jalen Hurts proved a lot of haters wrong, and he continues to do what he has to do. He doesn't have to do much. Look, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he's not turnover prone. He knows how to take care of the football. And Saquon Barkley break out this game too. That should be interesting. A.J. Brown did not get traded this week, guys, so he's still on the Philadelphia Eagles team as they want to keep that core together. But let me get this early score, because obviously we don't have ESPN is favoring either team. So let's see, 45.5. I think this game in Green Bay, it's going to be nice and cold. Ooh, yes, there should be a lot of passing going on. I like a score of, let's go with 27-24 in favor of Philadelphia, 27-24. Well, that wraps it up from Steph's game picks as we continue to do this each week. And the playoff picture, right before we get up out of here, guys, let's see what we got. Currently, Philly is the number 1 seed, and Denver is the number 1 seed out in the AFC. Now, between those two teams, which team is for real? And obviously, we're going to say the Philadelphia Eagles. We still don't know what we're getting out of the Denver Broncos. So, this is what the playoff picture looks like right now, guys. This is only week 10. We still got another 7 weeks to go. But if we're looking at this right now for a Super Bowl predictor, I think right now Philadelphia will be only the team between them and Denver to come out of that number 1 seed to the Super Bowl if the playoffs were to start today. Not saying that's going to happen, but I trust more the Philadelphia Eagles and Denver Broncos. Just saying, guys. But your team is on there, then good luck moving forward, because it's going to be a tight race very to the end. All right, so that's it from Steph's Game Picks. Thank you for watching. It's been a long video today, but we got a lot of things covered. And as always, man, tune in each and every week to, find out what am I going to pick next. And now, as my picks are finally placed, now you choose on what you're going to pick this week. All right, so until next time, man, thanks for watching. Peace. Enjoy the Sunday.